Hello everyone, and welcome to the Dice Commando YouTube channel. I'm Andrew, with you here as always. This is the Commando Cast, a video cast about all things Star Wars Destiny. This video and others like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. Please show your support with a like and subscribe, and be sure to hit the bell notification icon so you don't miss any new videos. If you want to get involved with the channel, consider becoming a channel member. There are many benefits to channel membership, including access to our Discord, exclusive deck tech and strategy videos, and the opportunity to help create channel content. I want to sincerely thank all our channel members, as I truly couldn't do this without your support. You guys rock. Go Commando. Hello my friends, and welcome to Dice Commando and the Commando Cast. I'm Andrew with you here as always, wishing you a happy holidays and hoping that whatever you celebrate or choose not to is going in the way that you want to. Hopefully you have some time to enjoy it with friends, family, and or loved ones. And you know what? Because we're gamers, hopefully you're getting some games in, even if it's some of those silly party games. Lord knows I enjoy those as well. So this week we're looking at bubble characters in Star Wars Destiny, which I define as those characters that have been good in the past or even today are just really solid, really good on paper characters, but for whatever reason haven't found their way into the current meta. So thanks for joining me again today as we theory craft on how we can make some of our old favorites good again. You've been chopped. So interestingly enough, it was brought to my attention that if you Google Chopper, one of the first things that pops up is this, which is how many kills does Chopper from Star Wars has? The answer is he has 9 confirmed direct kills, but just shy of 50,000 estimated indirect kills using sabotage, 20 used explosives. He also killed 3 fellow astromechs and 1 other droid. Quite the murderous little dude. So that's what we're talking about today for Bubble Character Week, starting it off with Chopper. So Chopper is very interesting. I mean, I don't think anybody can argue that he's quite the character. He's had roles, I mean, he was on the Worlds winning team, right? The last Worlds that was held. Won that with 5-die droid. Chopper's definitely had a place in previous metas. But what happened with him was quite interesting in that when he got put on the restricted list with Abandoned Refinery, specifically because of Abandoned Refinery, but again, he went on the massive restricted list. He really just kind of fell out of favor because, quite frankly, the other, I mean, R2 and C-3PO are just better. Like, if you have to drop one, you're going to drop Chopper and play Satine, right? I mean, that was basically what happened. But Chopper, I'm surprised that Chopper hasn't found a home in the new meta because his ability to ramp, I mean, that's really his best thing, right? Is his ability to ramp. And what I mean by that, of course, is you power action down to get his mod. Even if it's only, even if it's the rocket booster for 2, you're still saving that dollar, and then you use it for an override. I mean, that's really one of the basic moves with him is just effective upgrade ramp. So that's kind of what I want to talk about today is where we can find a home for Chopper. Now, let's start off with Bad Droids, which I've been playing, which has really been resurrected now that Chopper's come off the restricted list, because now you can do a lot more with him. So Bad Droids is K2SO, R2D2, and then of course Chopper. It actually comes just shy of 1 because remember K2 got dropped to 13. So it's actually just shy of its 29 points, but it's fine. And again, you're using him single die, and I mean the team works very well. I have many videos playing. You can Ewok. I mean, really the Ewok ambush. Really, what Chopper does, he brings you ramp and he brings you yellow to the table. Now, an argument can be made also that when easy pickings went away, that hurt him a little bit, but he still brings access to flee the scene, which is a very, very strong removal in this new meta. Do keep in mind that Bad Droids can play Droids to Out again right now, so quite the good little deck. Some other places I've been thinking about using him. Oh, and before we go into that, crazy theory crafting discussion, one of the boundary conditions, if you will, that I generally use with Chopper is that he has to be paired with a red character. And he doesn't, of course, have to be, but he does what he does best when he's paired with red because he has access to Salvage Arm, which is just, so right now there are only really 3 mods that work with him, which is Grappling Arm, Rocket Booster, and Salvage Arm. And obviously if you don't play red, you can't bring salvage arm to the table. So I think that looking in the realm of either rainbow or yellow-red is really the way to go with the chop man here. Excuse me. So one of the lists I was playing around with was actually the new Spy Gen, just because she's 19 with Chopper. Obviously the sides don't match, and kind of a big deal is Jin's Blaster. Jin's Blaster's red, so I don't think this one's going to work. But I now want to harken back actually to some of the teams that were borderline effective in the CM meta that may actually be worth taking a look at again now, right? Specifically, the one that pops to my mind is Kanan, Chopper, Wookiee Tribe, right? So remember, with Chopper, Kanan becomes an 8. So you have an 8, 8, and then you can play, you have an 8, 8, 8, all with 3 points for their second die, and then Tribe for that extra 3. So you have an 8, 8, 8 for 24, a 3, and a 3. So you can either go Elite Kanan, Elite Chopper, or Elite Wookiee. I personally think in that team the best way to go is Elite Wookiee, because I think either Chopper or Kanan are going to be your targets. So I think that, there is an argument to be made by putting it on whoever you want to go down first Elite, and you're going to have a good chance of keeping them alive longer with Tribe. Plus you bring Run to safety because you get access to red and you have 2 Spectres, and I think this is a deck that I will be trying out as well. I don't know that it can do super great against like a Terran Vader or anything like that right now. But again, it's bringing Rainbow, it gives you a lot of access to a lot of different cards, and it does work. Now, the one disadvantage to this deck is that when we lost Dagger Mortis and a lot of the other redeploys, of course, the Chopper Overwrite wasn't quite as good. I mean, we still have Anakin Saber, but really what you want to do with Kanan is get Kanan Saber on him, so the Chopper ramp doesn't really help there in that regard. But throwing a couple salvaged arms on him to start pumping stuff, or even pumping discard, is not a bad deal. Another potential combo or team comp with Chopper that I've been playing around with on paper, but it hasn't ever really made it off the theory crafting stage, is pairing Chopper with the Jawa. So you guys may recall, I don't know, this is several months ago, but we had an episode about Jawa Wookiee Tribe. It was the JWT challenge, right? Basically find a 14-point character to stick with it. I wonder if there isn't something similar with Chopper, right? So Chopper with the Jawa is 13 points. That gives you some pretty strong ramp. So if you could find a 17-point character or another 9 and an 8, and you're running 3 die, but you're bringing a little more health to the table. So maybe that's something to look at. But I haven't quite been able to wrap my head around what that might look like. So that's kind of, at one point I was thinking like Mace Windu or something like that. But it's, that's where I'm kind of open in. I'd love to hear other people's ideas, not necessarily just on everything. But I do think there might be something to be said about running Chopper and the Jawa Junk Dealer, to see if we can kind of try and take advantage of both of what they bring, and then basically facilitate either a big or 2 other smalls or something to that regard. So that's really it for today with Chopper. Like I said, he's a very strong character. He brings a lot to the table. His sides are good too, and he's just a fundamentally good character. He brings a lot of options for doing a lot of different things in decks, and it's surprising to me that he hasn't really found a good home in the current meta. I mean, right now it's just the way the cards go. I don't think anybody's necessarily missing anything, and maybe as we go forward we'll find a better place for him. But again, he's only 8 points and he brings a lot for 8 points. I think he's better at the table non-elite. I don't know that many times you're going to want to run him elite unless just that's the way the team comp works. So I'll be very interested to see what people can come up with now in the next 6 weeks or so before the next set hits, or in the time after that, because I don't think Chopper's time in Star Wars Destiny is done. I just think we need to figure out what to do with the little killer, right? So anyway, that's my piece today for the Chopper. Thanks guys for joining me. Happy holidays, and go Commando.